Welcome to College Motorbikes. We haven't done this for a while. We're going to give you a full tour of what's happening behind the scenes, show you what bikes have come in, show what's happening over in the shop, and see what's up front. So up front, starting off, these are the bikes all set up for Sunday ride. We have a Desmo Sedici. I've been riding this one a lot with a GP7 exhaust, a Superleggera, which is also going on a Malibu trip with us tomorrow. And this V4R is on the auction site, so we can't take that one just yet. Take a peek over here. Brian's behind the camera. This is Nathan May's studio. He's got a 998R that he's doing some photography for a bike that we just sold out of the country. These are some of Nathan's prints from prior jobs. Nice OW1 over there, as you can see. Let's see what else is going on. This is Cassidy, our guard dog on loan. So we're borrowing her today just to have a good time. Come on, Cassidy. This here is the lounge. We watch MotoGP events. We have parties and things like that here. MV Augusta just borrowed it to launch one of their new videos, if you will. Over there's a beer fridge. We keep that stocked at all times in case you're waiting for your bike or come here to pick something up. We have pool tables here as well to keep you busy. This is an NR750. We're calling it the Black Series. It's got a really cool World Superbike front end. Nissan radial caliper mount, radial mount calipers. You can't talk today. And of course, this really neat, Brian, take a look at this. This is a full titanium custom exhaust we had made for it. So Jason at System of Customs did the paintwork on this one. And we're gonna have this one together pretty soon. RC45 rear wheel. We've got a bunch of different custom stuff done on it. And look forward to riding it myself. Oh, we have an Old-Lane shock on it too. These here are either inventory, some of them are sold, some of them are not. Some of my favorites. RC30, RC51, classic Ducati GT750. This G6r 400 just sold. CB1100F is on the auction right now. G6r 1100 just came in today. These are really hard to find. This one is 1990. This is another RC30. This is a personal bike of mine. It's one of the cleanest examples I've ever seen. It's kind of the oversight position of the hanger. So it's the first thing you see when you walk in. One of my favorites. Xerox 999R, as you can see. NC400R, NS400R. We do a bunch of two-strokes. This is the 3-cylinder one. This Ducati diesel just sold to a gentleman in Russia. Over here, this 851 sold to someone in the Midwest. We just have to take her down. This is really neat. This is an SB8R Bimota, which has the TLR motor in it. So I'm a big Bimota fan, and I'm especially a big TLR fan, so this bike's important to me. We have various Ducatis. We have RS125s, RS250, the 400s. I'm a big fan of the 400s, so you'll see a lot of those here. This is an NC35, which is basically the little brother to the RC45. It's got the upside down forks, that sort of thing. Another RC30, which is sold. A Super Hawk, which is sold. This trifecta are 3 0-mile SB8RSs. So much like the other one, TLR motors, a bit more gold on it, that sort of thing. Carbon fiber body. Here's a really neat bike. This is the Virgin Atlantic R7. So you see the really cool Brembos on it, the monoblock Brembos. It's got the dry suitor clutch. Super special bike, and probably one of the most important for me personally. This and that ZX7. If you look way up there, that's a Scott Russell Replica ZX7R, and that's also really important to me on a racer front. So I like a little mix of everything. A Santa Ducati. You're going to see that on the auction site soon. We're just waiting for a title. And if you've been following us for a while, you already know that we're starting to do cars. So this is a Lamborghini Superlegger, and we're debating whether that'll be on the auction site or not, but you're going to see various cars from time to time mixed in. This whole section here, or at least most of it, just came in from South Africa. So there's a bunch of bikes that, if you don't see a windscreen, we're just waiting for the paperwork to come through. We'll put them on a lift, get them all sorted out, put them together, and find them a new home. This bike I've been hunting for the longest time. It is an RC30, as you can see. I don't have a lot of provenance on it, but it's definitely an HRC kitted bike. It's got the vented rotors. It has a wide calipers to handle those rotors. HRC pipe. And we just took it to the track day, and it was pulling on me on a built TLR. So I think it's got some internal motor work as well. We looked inside the head. We can tell some stuff's been done, but we're not exactly sure. I'm thinking when this one's ready, we'll dyno this, get on the dyno pretty quick. Anyway, let's keep walking. So again, here's a group of bikes we're still going to get to. ZX7 back there, CB1100, a GS West Cooley, a GS 1000 West Cooley, I should say. This is really neat. We're going to get another one of those in pretty quick. these crated bikes. These are shipping to India, as well as a bunch more. Thank you for our client out there. Moving on, you'll see anything from classic CBs to TZRs to Katanas. I mean, the whole mix goes on and on. This is a really special ZX7R race bike that came out of Japan as well. A super low mile Arian. And the S-Rads are finally starting to come back up, so you'll see some G6r S-Rads mixed in. This is Ricky's bike, another NS400R. They keep going. Let's keep walking. Let's see what else we have. Little RZ50. I've never seen these in America, so it was important to me to bring these in. And you'll see a few of those kind of scattered throughout. ELR, which is a really important Kawasaki. G6r Cbxs are fun, as you know already. They're the 6-cylinder power plant. You can tell by this big, massive motor stuck into a conventional kind of sit-upright frame. ZX7s, or as we call them back in Australia or back home, ZX7s. RC51s, that's a special one. I found a silver one in South Africa. We never got the silver ones, but this one, the UK did. But I brought that in for us. Let's keep going. This ELR just sold to my friend in Texas. I'm sorry, not Texas, my friend Sonny. Beg your pardon. G6r RKs, G6r RKs. If you don't know these bikes, these are way different from a typical G6r slingshot. If you look at them, single tail solo tail section, it's got there's so many different changes. I'm a big fan of these bikes. They keep selling. In fact, I think both of those are sold. So moving on, let's see what else we have. More race bikes. This is the Cycle World YZF. This is the school bus bike, Boost Transportation 954. G6r 750. This one we think we have, so we do a little mix of old, new, touring bikes, race bikes, anything you name it. So we're big GS fans, especially my partner, Javi. He does more of the long range kind of trips. This Bull Door is one of, I think, 200 made, RSV 1000. That one just sold. The new gentleman's gonna use it for his track bike because it has some damage. Classic Kawasaki's, these are H1s. This is the triple 500cc two-stroke. The big brother of this one is an H2, which is a 750 triple. Those go for quite a bit more money. Moving on, a lot of this group here is either waiting for parts, waiting for titles, waiting for something. You know, this is a really special TRX 850 trellis frame Yamaha. We're waiting for the title on it, and then we're gonna get it back together, cleaned up, get that one for sale. Let's keep walking. We do some 0 mile stuff. This is a brand new 0 mile MVF3 RC, I should say. Moving on, we've got 1098s, we have FCR 1000s, more ZX7s, NC30s, which is the 400cc, kind of the little brother to the RC30. They're really fun to ride too. Even at my height, I have a good time with those things. They're really a blast. RS250s, really great Aprilia two-strokes. Another NSR 250, waiting for a windscreen for this one. ZRX 400. We have bikes in storage. This is one of my really good mates that continues to buy bikes from us. And went to our track day on this really nice MV Agusta. They called the blue and silver the Viper series, so that was pretty special. We do some Harleys. We don't get a lot of them, but this is a really cool custom one. And so those come in every once in a while. This will be on the auction site pretty soon. And over here, this bike's already sold, but you should know it by now. If you're a fan of Iconic and you follow the same kind of sports bikes that we do, RC45 is probably one of the hardest ones to find right now. And this one's super clean, and it's just sold, just waiting to get delivered. R1M, another R1, another Harley Davidson. That's a V-Rod, which is the one that was designed by, had some Porsche influence on it. And most of these are service bikes. Moving on, a super cool, super hard to find 996R, one of the most, probably one of the higher priced Ducatis, next to a green frame or a Super Mono. These are super rare. Oh, you know what? I skipped by this. This is a Virus, has a pretty famous owner behind it. So we're just doing some service work on it. Exceptionally expensive to service. So if you do have one of these bikes or you're planning on getting one, check out how much it costs to do belts first. It's a big deal. Speaking of big deals and big horsepower and difficult bikes to work on, a brand new Tessie H2, which is the supercharged version, or supercharged Kawasaki motor in a Tessie frame. So it's got a little bit of a miss. We're getting that figured out. I'm a big TLR fan, so by now you've probably seen this one. TLR, we're calling it the Iconic style. It's got Ladybird exhaust, just a bunch of cool parts. GS6R front end, narrow band, full floating rotors. that sort of thing. Angel has a nice ZX7 RR on his bench. We're just getting some things worked out with there, getting the carbs all dialed in. Get that one for sale pretty soon. We deal a lot with classics. You can see we still use old school gauges. So these are the carb sync gauges that you use to make sure that all the carbs are operating the same, synced up. It's a Z1R, a really special bike. There's one on eBay right now for 34,000 or so, but that's a TC, which is a turbo bike, and that's one a little bit more valuable than that one is. More ZX7s, all waiting for stuff. Tons of race bikes, really cool Ducati TT, and a Kawasaki sitting over here, RG500s. We do a lot with RG500s. Right now they're wildly desirable, so every time we get one, they pretty much sell. This one has the motor out, always doing a full rebuild. Let's take a look over here. This one is just getting a front end redone. You had it at our track day, that's why it's all taped up. Here we have some of Ollie's handiwork. So he's already cleaning up the motor, getting parts all sorted out. We found out what the problem was, and it's got it all laid out nice and neat. He'll kill me if he sees me touch it, so I'll stay right away from that. And of course, Steve. Steve has another ZX7 on his bench, a very rare Harley VR1000, and she's just been giving us nothing but problems, but we're almost there. So other than that, this is the service area, as you can see. Take a little look at that real quick, Brian. Up top, you see some of the long-term storage bikes, some extra parts sitting up there. Behind those curtains is all our parts selection, which is going to change drastically soon, as we just secured a huge part assortment, so we get more bikes on the road. And this is a service bay area. That's where the service managers sit and get things done and help you guys out. Anyway, thank you for joining us for Iconic. We're going to do a little walk every once in a while. Have a great weekend, and Brian, thanks for your help. Appreciate it.